Yeah, so that Uncharted thing came out with Nathan Fillion yesterday, and you know what? I gotta talk about this because this is some pretty big news. So recently, just posted yesterday, or depending when I upload, probably 2 days ago. I don't know. It was posted recently. Just know that for a fact. A fan film went up for the Uncharted series. It was basically, just a nice little script, kind of, or like let's just say a demo or some kind of proof of concept, starring Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake. Like, come on, like there's no way that couldn't be awesome. Now, for people who don't know who Nathan Fillion is, if you haven't seen Firefly, I recommend that you go watch that right now. Or he was also known as Buck in Halo DST. He's a really good actor. He's an actor that he's actually pretty decent at what he does. He's a very underused actor, and I really hope that this makes him big somehow. I'll explain in a little bit why. Yeah, so this fan film went up, and yeah, it was just a nice little improv or nice little demo, proof of concept or whatever of just what an Uncharted film would look like if it was made into a film. Now, there's been one other movie that did this and actually made it probably one of the biggest movies ever to come out in history, and that's Deadpool. You had Ryan Reynolds. He didn't say he did it, but everyone thinks he did because, I mean, who wouldn't? Like, I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds did it. That proof of concept, that little demo thing that came out for Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, with that computer animation stuff, yeah, he uploaded it to YouTube. It got him millions of views, and then yeah, they were like, you know what, go ahead, let's greenlight this Deadpool movie. And in a similar way, I think this is what's going to happen with the Uncharted movie. Now, in recent news, we did hear that with Tom Holland would be playing a younger Nathan Drake. And yeah, you know what, let me just tell you that straight up, I could see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. The more I've seen Tom Holland act, the more I can kind of see him as like a younger Nathan Drake. He actually looks like the character model a little bit from Uncharted 3. You can make him look like a Nathan Drake, but I think he'd be a really good pick if they were ever to go the route of an Uncharted movie. Like I said, recently they did cast him as Nathan Drake, but as a younger version. But in this fan film, we have Nathan Fillion, and Nathan Fillion, he's already pushing like 48 years old. I think he's getting close to 50, somewhere around there. He's an old man. Like he's getting old. He's not aging well. He actually looks like he's under a lot of stress. So like, those laugh lines, they're coming out of him. And in my mind, everyone in the who's wanted an Uncharted movie, we've always thought, yeah, you know what, Nathan Fillion, he is the guy to play Nathan Drake. They need to do it now. And sure enough, now they didn't do it when they should have, and now he looks a lot older. So in this fan film, this actually takes place like maybe post 2 games ahead. I don't know if Drake's Ascension happened yet. I don't think so, because he's still wearing that necklace around him with the ring. But you can tell that already they mention it through some backstory, through some dialogue, that yeah, Nathan has already found El Dorado, and Uncharted 2's already happened. So this can only be happening between 2 and 3, which kind of, I mean, you could already think that yeah, Nathan Drake, he's supposed to look older, and let me tell you, Nathan Fillion, he plays a part. Now, there are a lot of guest actors in this short fan film that I don't know how this guy did. Just imagine a random YouTuber with a small amount of subscribers or whatever, just randomly just uploads something, and now it becomes one of the biggest things being viewed on the internet with over 1 million views and over 100,000 freaking likes and 400 dislikes. So that's saying something. Right off the bat, guys, Nathan Fillion, he just knocks this character out of the park. Playing as Nathan Drake, there's no other person who can do it. Nobody else. Now, I said Tom Holland, he can play Nathan Drake, but younger version. And the way I see Nathan Fillion and Tom Holland, I actually think that it could work where if you had Tom Holland as a younger Nathan Drake through some flashbacks or something, and you had Nathan Fillion as an older Nathan Drake, I actually think that they could show some kind of resemblance. Through their facial structure, there's some resemblance there that they could pull it off. Hey, Tom Holland, you're going to act as younger Nathan Drake. Nathan Fillion, you're going to act as older Nathan Drake. Let's work this out. We're going to do some flashbacks. I can see a movie where that's taking place, and so Nathan Drake has a bunch of flashbacks. But like I said, right off the bat, you have Nathan Drake. He does a lot of funny stuff. He says a lot of those stupid one-liners, where he's joking with the criminals or whatever, the bad guys. And, it felt like I was watching the game. There's this weird boundary that this guy took, or the director, whoever directed this, it feels like the game. Probably it has the best feeling for the game, but at the same time, what he captured and what he directed did not take away from the experience of having it feel like an actual movie. Whoever did this, the guy, the director, whoever he was, he understood the tone with what little budget he had. He he understood the tone of the Uncharted series. He understood the tone of these characters, and it's not something he abused. After a little bit into like the short fan film, you actually get to see Sully, played by, I don't know who that guy is. He looks so familiar, but I feel like he's played a lot of bad guys in a lot of older movies that I've seen in the past, or like my grandfather watches or whatever. I know I've seen him before, and he let me tell you, at first when you look at him right as he comes out, he doesn't look like a Sully. You're thinking like, okay, you know, Nathan Fillion, he looks like Nathan Drake. Like, I guess because Nathan Drake was modeled after Nathan Fillion, that's what it looks like. But when Sully comes out, you're kind of like, wait, hold up, this guy, he doesn't look like Sully, like, at all. Like, you would think they'd pick someone better. But no, as the dialogue goes through, the dialogue exchange between Sully and Nathan Drake, it feels exactly the way it's supposed to feel. These people, like, their chemistry, whatever it is, it made that guy, whoever that actor is, it made him look like Sully. And just the way he acted, the way he portrayed himself, it was really that sarcastic, snarky old man that we know and love, like from the Uncharted series. So props to the director for picking that casting choice as Sully, because now if they made a movie, I can see that guy as Sully. Just let his hair grow out a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Now, a couple of bad guys. The main bad guy that started talking at the beginning, for a second it sounded like he was trying a little bit too hard to make a deeper, like, sinister voice. But again, like, I'm not expecting Hollywood acting from this crew. This is a proof of concept, so it's like you can't really like hate the people for doing this. Really, you should love them because they're making it happen. But yeah, as he started talking more, the voice started fitting in with himself, so I was like, oh, I can buy that a little bit. Then there's this one guy, I don't know, like, people who are from the 90s or like watch a lot of Kung Fu movies, you're gonna know him. They call him El Tigre in this one, but Ernie Reyes Jr., he pops out, and there's a lot of people who probably know him. I know there's some people out there who know him, a lot of older people. Yeah, he pops out as like this, you know, the guy who's gonna beat up Nathan Drake while he's tied to a chair. I know, eventually I caught on when he popped out and like he started getting closer to Nathan. I was just like, no, that's Ernie Reyes Jr. There's no way, that has to be him. So I'm pretty sure it's him. I'm just going on a leap here and saying that, yeah, that's Ernie Reyes Jr., if I'm correct. So that's pretty cool to see him in there. You know, as dialogue goes on and all that stuff, you have Nathan, he's kind of sneaking through all this stuff. He beats the crap out of some people, and let me tell you, I've never seen like choreography where they get the actual choreography from the game and throw it in a live action film, and where I can see it work. But let me tell you, this director, he understood the material that he was given, and that Nathan Drake, like Nathan Fillion, the way they had him do that choreography with the fighting moves, pulling off only the moves in the game. Like, all the moves that he did were just game based. Like, I was just thinking in my mind, like, alright, square, square, triangle to up, square, triangle. Yeah, I was thinking like that. I was thinking like I was pressing the buttons in my mind because I've done it so many times to like counterattack and all that stuff. He did all the moves. Nathan Fillion did all the moves from the Uncharted games. Like, it's one of those things, like, if you saw in theaters, if that movie started and they had a bigger budget and it opened up in theaters, you know people would be screaming. There'd be a lot of people screaming. So he pulls that off, he beats the bad guys, he jumps out a window in like original, like, just Uncharted fashion, just destroys the window, falls on the ground, and it does this shot where it's almost like the entire movie was like shot in IMAX or like widescreen or whatever. Then it cuts to like full screen, almost like it's the video game. Then you have a pan shot, like almost a third person. Then he starts shooting. And let me tell you, there was a Doom movie that came out, it came out like in 2002 or whatever. That was a horrible movie. And they did like that first person shooting scene, whatever, where like it was almost like the video game. Didn't work at all. But let me tell you, for some reason, I don't know why, but I could actually see this shot happening in a theater, but it just being fine. Like, it didn't look like it was, it didn't look cheesy, you know what I mean? Like, it looked like it was still capturing that adventurous feel and everything, and it was just, I don't know, it felt right. It didn't throw me off at all. It felt like I was watching an actual short film or whatever. It wasn't something that just took me out of the experience. It actually fit really well with the film. Yeah, then we cut to them. I guess they're going after some treasure. I don't remember what treasure it is, but whatever it is, they're going after it. And let me tell you that when they get there, they start discovering the treasure. The dialogue between, like I said, Nathan Fillion and that other guy, the actor who plays Sully, it's just perfect. Yeah, then Elena pops out. Let me just tell you guys, like, not my first pick is Elena, but she got the job done. Whatever was needed to be done, she got it done. And that's what we needed. We needed proof of concept for this film. That way it can be made. So currently, like, this video, I think it's almost at 2 million views already. You guys should go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. This movie, there's a possibility that this could happen with Nathan Fillion. The reason I say that is because Ryan Reynolds, we're gonna go back to the Deadpool thing, like Ryan Reynolds really wanted Deadpool to happen, but 20th Century Fox was just kind of like, no, we're not gonna give it to you, it's a high risk or whatever, we're not gonna do it. Yeah, eventually he just released the footage and everyone saw that, oh yeah, it's gonna make tons of money. So yeah, of course 20th Century Fox isn't gonna pass up on that. Just like they couldn't pass up on that, I don't think there's a reason, or like, there's no freaking reason why Sony should pass up on this opportunity. Nathan Fillion, at this point, there's already been over 1 million people who have seen him play this character, and almost, I have to say, at least like 99.5% of all people who have seen this agree that Nathan Fillion is Nathan Drake. Sony would be stupid to pass up on this opportunity to have Nathan Fillion play as Nathan Drake in an Uncharted movie. This is not to say that Tom Holland can't pull it off. Like I said, you could still have Tom Holland pull off like a younger version of Nathan Drake, but I think at this point they nailed it to where they're not doing something like where it's following the exact storyline of the games, but they are having that where like the games are incorporated some way towards keeping that legacy of Nathan, but still building upon that legacy as a character, and you know what they can do with such a plot, like, or with the plot like an Uncharted movie. It's an original concept, something that I think that can really be like worthwhile if Sony puts their money into this, because Nathan Fillion, he's not getting any younger, he's getting older, but I think that if they were to do an Uncharted movie, Nathan Fillion, if they were to do an Uncharted movie, Nathan Fillion is the guy to play Nathan Drake. That is the guy. So, Sony, you got this. Like, it's right there. Someone did it for you. And make sure if they do the Uncharted movie with Nathan Fillion or whoever, they need to have a lore master like sitting there to just capture the feel of that Uncharted series, like the way it's supposed to be. The way that short film did. You know how it captured the feeling of Nathan Drake, Sully, or the entire series. We need someone on board who's filming with the director, like, or his assistant or something, to kind of say like, no, don't put that in there. That's too action, and we need to keep it lighthearted. Like, he needs to keep the tone, because that's where all the magic is. It's an adventure, almost like an Indiana Jones adventure. Almost. That's what it's like, but it has its own feel to it. And I really hope that Sony jumps on board with this, and I hope that a comic comes out sometime soon, because that'd be really awesome. But anyways, guys, enough about that. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Did you guys see the Uncharted movie fan film yet? What do you guys think? Do you think Nathan Fillion is the guy for the job? Should they just can it all together? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. And remember to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Like, comment, subscribe. And as always, guys, when you guys are gaming, power up.